Hello everybody, welcome to Fish Keeping Jamaica right here. Now everyone knows who have been watching my videos that I have dirt, mud and a few stones in my ponds which stretches a few feet to the back of my yard. Right now probably about 15-20 feet away, right? Plus I have 3 IBC tote and one is on its way. Okay, now my aquariums in my room, in which I'll show you in a bit, do not have any substrate, and there's a reason for that. Right? As I always echo, the aquariums in my room are primarily for quarantine and breeding, so therefore great deal of observation is needed. However, my tanks out there, my ponds out there, I should say, are all have a mud, right, except for my IBT tote, and I'll explain to you the reason why the IBT tote does not have any substrate in a bit. Okay, so I bought some chromite. I placed the chromites in this pond, and I have done about 4 or 5 videos on the chromites, right? I told you that the chromites actually spawned 2 times in this, and now it has spawned here, right? I did a video on that last week. Okay, to tell you the truth, I did not know much about chromites. It was my wife who actually said that she liked the color and she wanted that fish to be in my fish tank because she just liked the color. So she purchased it. I had it inside for a bit and I placed it out here. I had 3 of them. 2 of them actually coupled. Sorry, 2 of them actually coupled, male and female. The brighter one being the male, the lighter one being the female. And they beat up they beat up or chase everybody else in the tank, so I had to take them out, right? And that's one thing. Another thing that you have to be mindful, you have to always be observing your fish. I know that you're busy, and I have over 23 tanks and ponds to maintain, right? I have a work 8 to 5 every day, right? I feed my fish in the night. Okay, I only get to stay with my fish or maintain my fish stock on weekends. However, I'm still loving the job because it's just a part of me. It allows me to do something out of the normal. It allows me to explore opportunities. Okay, so back to the substrate issue. The I did not know the value of the substrate for the chromide until I investigated why is it that the chromides have actually dug holes into the mud that exists within the pond. I realized that they actually lay their eggs in groups, right? So they dig like 6 or 5 holes in the substrate, right? And because they are the only one in the tank, they dig it all over the place, right? And they lay the eggs. They still watch the eggs, but they lay the eggs in it. And whenever the eggs do hatch, which is probably about 200, 300, right? They swim around the tank with the spawn, right? And the spawn would actually take some of the slime from off the chromide and enjoy themselves. Okay, so I did not know about that. So that's one advantage of using a substrate. Okay, now I placed the dirt in it because I read somewhere that the dirt has bacteria within it which helps to break down the nitrates and the nitrites, and I discovered that that was true. This might sound a little bit harsh, but I did an experiment some months back wherein it I did not I kept my aquarium and I kept my tank, my pond for a bit without actually cleaning the substrate. The filtration system was there, but I did not clean the substrate. Whatever was in the filter, that is what I cleaned, right? I did it for about a month with one of my ponds, and I did it a month for one of my aquarium, and I realized that the fish within the aquarium look sluggish. They look as if they were sick. So I had to take steps to clean it after a bit. However, the fish within the ponds were okay. The vegetation were lush and green, and they were blooming purple flowers, and the fish were looking good, and they were even multiplying, right? after investigating, I realized that doing some more research, I realized that, listen, the plants actually uses the nitrites and the nitrates within the pond, right? The bacteria that exist in the plant help to break down the ammonia from the filth of the fish, which is transformed into nitrates and nitrites, in which the plants actually use. So therefore, it's a situation where within itself, everything is dependent upon each other. However, the issue is that, as you all know, my fish, some of which are live bearers and some of which are actually expanding fish, right? So some of my fish actually, right, they multiply, and I get a good amount, right? But at the same time, I have to be cognizant of the fact that, although, and I've shown you several times, although the fish likes it in the pond, right, although they reproduce and the substrate exists, I still now need to siphon the siphon the pond, so as to take the excess waste, because the fish have been multiplying a lot being here, right? In the aquarium, I would not place a lot of vegetation in the aquarium. I do not think that a lot of decoration is needed, because the fish in itself is such a beauty that seeing them in the glass box actually expound them to really beautify the place. So the decoration is not me. I would probably might put a plant or so, but that's just me. Anyway, so I have to siphon out my ponds, and that is the part in which I don't like, where I have to get the hose, and I showed you that a few weeks ago, in which I siphon all my ponds, and that is done like probably once a month. Water change done like once every 2 weeks, right? And I actually enjoy it, right? the the issue is, whenever I go on vacation, what will these fish do, right? When I get to that bridge, I cross it, right? But as far as the whole idea of substrate is concerned, substrates can be beneficial, as well as substrate can be detrimental to your fish. Let me share something with you now. So when I entered into the fish hobby, right, I wanted to breed tiger barbs and filament barbs and some tetras, and I know that they are egg-laying fish, so I bought 400, 500 marbles, no, 600 marbles, right? And I placed these marbles at the bottom of at the base of the tank. It's a good idea. However, being it that they are egg-laying fish, actually produce more waste than fish that actually give live birth, right? So therefore, these fish actually produce a lot of waste. So therefore, in order to ensure that the tank is kept healthy, I had to be shifting around the marbles, siphoning out the marbles, siphoning out the tank with the marbles, and it was hectic, right? So I stopped using marbles, and I placed some stones in it and sand, and I realized that it's the same issue. I had to now be flaking up the sand and flaking up the marbles, so as to end up getting all those solid waste from the tank, as well as to ensure that my fish is kept healthy. So fish keeping is a little complicated, right? For me, I decided the whole idea of having substrate within my tank or my pond is just too much work. So I read again that, listen, you can have substrate in your tank. It's a very good thing, because some fish like it. For example, the curry catfish and the piscus catfish, right? It is said that it is best for them to have sand, because sand prevent their barbels from being destroyed. But points to note, barbels actually go back, right? What the piscus catfish does and the curry catfish does is to actually stir up the sand when they are searching for a small microscopic organism, and the filter will actually take up the filth that is, stirred up within the tank. You have a very strong filtration system, where the filtration system actually takes up the mess, right? But listen, you never know that one of the fallbacks with filtration system is that they do not take up everything. You'll always have some solids that exist within the tank, pan, or aquarium, regardless of how powerful you could put all 10 pumps in it. You're still going to have some solids at the base, right? Whether it be minute or large. Okay, and sometimes these filtration system that you put into your tank or pond, it crowds your tank so much that the fish itself don't really enjoy it. Some of them even make so much noise that your persons come to the yard, they wonder what is it a factory or what, you understand? But so there are many drawbacks to having substrate, right? I do not practice using substrate in glass tank, because it kind of take away the beauty, and it gives me more work, and being it that I am actually in charge, or should I say managing so many tanks and ponds, I tend not to up to that. So these tanks all have dirt and ponds. Now back to my IBC toad not having dirt and ponds. Now in these IBC toads are large fish, right? Goldfish and koi's, and Jack Dempsey and pleco, right? They actually excrete a lot of waste, and they are for the Jack Dempsey and the pleco tank, a lot of things are at the base, like cinder blocks and pipes and fittings and all that, so that the fish can actually go in there and retreat, should in case they feel as if they are threatened, in the sense that they, for me it's a buffer for them not to jump, right? So putting a substrate in this would be a little bit tedious on me, because I will now have to find a way so as to actually siphon out all of this. What I do, I actually change a large percentage of water for that pond and for the other pond, so as to ensure that waste does not remain at the base of those IBC toads, right? And that is one of the things. For these small ponds, I do not have any substrate neither, right? What I do, I actually siphon them, because they are high. It's easy for me to siphon them, right? Usually I use them for breeding. As soon as the fish actually give birth to fries, I'll actually remove them, and sometimes I make the fries stay until they grow a little bit, and then I place them in their respective ponds. So here you have it, and the substrate debate continues over and over. As I said with the marbles, it's difficult for me to clean. I don't know about your experience. The sand is difficult also, because you have to now siphon the entire sand thing. With the tank being bare bottom, it's easy for you to identify the waste easily. So you can just take your hose. You don't have to be scheduled. You can just take your hose, and if you see a heap of waste within it that is not being taken up by the filter, you can easily just siphon it out and move along. But with the sand and the stone and the marbles and the other decorations, a lot of movement, and being it that I am a very busy individual, it does not work out for me. So thank you for making the fish keep in Jamaica. I hope that this information shared will be useful. Please remember to hit that subscribe button and share and like. And when you hit that subscribe button, right beside it there's a bell. Hit it also, so as to get an update on my videos. Thank you very much for making fish keep in Jamaica. Bye bye. We out of here.